Target 15.4. By 2030, ensure the conservation of mountain ecosystems, including their biodiversity, in order to enhance their capacity to provide benefits that are essential for sustainable development. The indicator for this, 15.4.1, is coverage by protected area of important sites for mountain biodiversity. The key note here is that growth in protected area coverage by key biodiversity areas, crucial for achievements of SDGs 14 and 15, as well as the new Kunming-Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework, has slowed over recent years and remains low in Central, Southern and Western Asia, North Africa and Oceania. Protected areas and other effective area-based conservation measures are the cornerstone of efforts to safeguard living nature, biodiversity, and contribute to sustainable development and the persistence of all life on Earth. Again, we would have seen this in one of the previous indicators. However, biodiversity and drivers of its losses are distributed highly unevenly around the world, and so to track progress towards nature conservation targets, it is extremely important to measure how well protected area cover areas of particular importance for biodiversity, that is, key biodiversity areas. Key biodiversity areas have been identified in all the world's countries through application by the national coordination groups of the Global Standard for Identification of Key Biodiversity Areas. More than 16,000 key biodiversity areas have been so identified to date, documented in the World Database of Key Biodiversity Areas. Importantly, a new training course to build national capacity in identification of key biodiversity areas was released in 2022. Again, that is a direct copy of the information from one of the previous indicators in this and also in SDG 14. So the second indicator for target 15.4 is indicator 15.4.2a, the mountain green cover index, and b, the proportion of degraded mountain land. And the key note here is that since 2000, 1.6% of the world's mountain areas has been degraded due to detrimental changes in land cover. Mountain green cover has remained roughly stable at about 78% over the 2000 to 2018 period. Disaggregation of mountainous areas by land cover and geographical region provides additional insights, allowing to visualize how biophysical characteristics and historic and recent land use shape their landscapes. Tree-covered areas are the dominant mountain land cover type globally, particularly in Oceania, which is 90% of the total mountain area, Europe and North America. There are only two exceptions from this, North Africa and Western Africa, where barren land, 40%, and croplands, 25%, dominate, and Central and Southern Asia, where barren land is 26% and grasslands are 24% and croplands 20%, are the most widespread land cover types. Detrimental changes in land cover and land use are important contributors to terrestrial biodiversity loss, including in mountain ecosystems. The proportion of degraded mountain land measures this by calculating the amount of mountain area where changes in land cover may indicate a decline or loss of biodiversity, mountain ecosystem functions, or services considered desirable in a local or a national context. And you can see, as with all of the SDG targets and the extended reports, some very good graphics and targets displayed in the text document.